What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and I'm going to stop right there. Suicide Squad game confirmed. Rocksteady, my good lord, guys. This is outstanding. Now, this was obviously pretty, not that early into the morning, but very, you wake up, you check Twitter, you check the news, and all of a sudden you have 30 people tagging you on Twitter saying that this game exists. If you can tell, I'm out of breath because I got my daughter breakfast. I ran in here. I'm going at light speed at this point. This is an absolutely incredible thing that I'm so happy about. So we got to talk about a lot of stuff, okay? We got to talk about what this game is. We got to talk about the rumors of this game. We have to talk about DC fandom a little bit, and we have to talk about Warner Bros. Montreal and Batman, believe it or not. Now, I actually already recorded a video talking about what to expect from a Suicide Squad game at DC fandom. I'm still going to have that video. I'm actually going to just re-record it. Same topic, but obviously now we know that the game exists, so I do want to make that clear in that video. But, all right, so it's a Suicide Squad game that is absolutely confirmed. They said that, had the picture, obviously, with the gun, with the reticle on Superman's head. Now, that is a pretty big deal. I think right there that basically does confirm Suicide Squad kills the Justice League. I think there's absolutely no doubt in my mind. Now, let me make this clear. I don't think that necessarily means that they're going to eliminate the Justice League. I think that just means that they are the primary antagonist. Remember, I think a couple days ago there was rumors that the Flash was one of the main villains of the Suicide Squad game. I mean, it's hard to say anybody but Superman would be, I mean, and not even necessarily like he's going to be the main one, but obviously he's what they chose to go with. Honestly, here's the thing, and I literally just thought of this. I would not be surprised in the slightest if over the next 2 weeks, so DC Fandom was obviously in 2 weeks and a day, if over the next 2 weeks they had the exact same picture, okay, how Superman's kind of his his back is facing us, and then the gun, the reticle's on his head saying Suicide Squad. I would not be surprised if over the next 2 weeks they did that with the different Justice League members to kind of give us a hint of, okay, you know what I mean? So like maybe on Monday it's Flash, maybe on Wednesday it's Batman, you know what I mean? And go from there. Maybe not give all of them to us, honestly, but who knows? I mean, we honestly don't know who, because that's one of the biggest questions, right? Who's going to be in the Suicide Squad? Because they have lots of options, right? I made a video talking about people that could be in it. And then you also, Justice League, there's so many members there. You don't have to have all of them, right? So it's going to be really interesting how they do it. And another thing, again, is the title. If it's really Suicide Squad kills the Justice League, I think one of the first questions is it connected to Arkham? Is it connected to the brand new, universe that Warner Bros. Montreal? I'm going to stick with what the most popular rumors or leaks have said. Honestly, I'm going to kind of put my trust in them for now until they backstab me, until they turn out to be wrong. But remember, Warner Bros. Montreal's game is first. And I think, and we'll talk about them. We're going to start talking about them a little bit later in this video. What's important to note is that, though, right, this is an outstanding thing, a thing that, honestly, I didn't really expect Rocksteady to just come right out there and say, hey, here's our game, here's the title, here's what it's going to be. See you on August 22nd, especially because I think it's just going to be a teaser trailer that they end up showing us. But Warner Bros. Montreal could learn something from that. We will talk about that in a second, though. But we know from the rumors that Warner Bros. Montreal's game is first, and Warner Bros. Montreal's game is also kicking off the universe. So that game is going to be the first game to start everything that we know, okay, from this, this upcoming universe. So I really do think it would take place in the same thing. It could be like they're brainwashed. It could be like they're not all in the right mind. And maybe the Suicide Squad, like maybe it's slightly a twist on like what they did with the movie, the 2016 movie, where maybe they're like kind of good guys, or maybe they could just go where they're purely evil people. You know what I mean? Like, we'll have to see how they do it. Like, are they literally just intending to take out the Justice League and they're the good guys the whole time, and maybe they don't end up actually getting killed. Maybe they end up getting captured by them. We'll have to see how it ends up going. A couple other things to note is I think it's important to go back to the rumors of the sites. I think Eurogamer was the biggest one that did it. Back in, I believe it was June 22nd, they published a thing, and a lot of people talked about this game, right? When when those domain names came out of Suicide Squad kills the Justice League, some of the sites ran with it, or ran with their internal, people, or their internal rumors, and they were saying that this is a game that is a games as a service. So if you guys have seen GAAS, that's what that means, games as a service, and also that it would be be an online co-op kind of game. So there's a couple things there, and then we'll move on to the Warner Bros. Montreal's part. I don't love that. I'm just going to be flat out honest with you. And this is, and I said this even on Twitter, this is the number one thing I'm worried about with this game, is that the Warner Bros. Has not been good as of late with its microtransactions and with the way they do that. You look at the last Shadow, you look at Shadow of War, Middle-earth Shadow of War. It was not done well. A lot of people hated it. It got a lot of flack for that stuff, and I think rightfully so. So, again, this game going down that path, again, I want a Suicide Squad game. I want a Suicide Squad game where the Justice League is the villain, but I don't want a game as a service. I don't want a game where they're constantly adding to it. Now, I guess that's hard to say, right? Because, of course, you want a game that maybe constantly gives you content, but how's it going to do it? You know what I mean? How exactly is it going to do it? You look at Marvel's Avengers, and we can't use it as a perfect example yet because we don't have the game yet because, you know what I mean? Like, Marvel's Avengers is going to keep adding, characters to play as. If this game basically did the same thing, I guess it would be fine, but at the same time, I don't know. Do you guys like the way Marvel's Avengers is going? You know what I mean? Because honestly, this Rocksteady game sounds a lot like, if it's games as a service and they're constantly adding to it, maybe there's microtransactions, maybe there's cosmetics, however the new age of games as a service works and however they decide. Because, one studio doing a games as a service thing, Ubisoft always talks about that, right? Live service games. They always say that. So, but their version of it could be different than Warner Bros., right? So we'll have to see how they end up doing it in the end. But, just factually, that does worry me. I don't know if it's guaranteed. And in fact, I do know, actually. I will say this. I don't think it's a guarantee at all that this game is going to just be a masterpiece right off the bat, right? Because there's a lot of mistakes that can be made. And then the co-op part, that's great. Again, being able to play as different members of Suicide Squad and being able to play with each other. I'm pumped for that. Like, I can't wait to be able to do that. But at the same time, I would like just single player. So, you know what I mean? It's difficult, and I understand not everybody's with me on that. But I'm a man that likes to play games by myself. I do like to play it online as well, like with other people. But for the most part, I really do love games single player, just me, and the TV and the console. So we'll have to see how it ends up going. But still, this is not what I expected to wake up on. You know what? I will say this, and nobody has any. You don't have to believe me because there's absolutely no proof of this. But last night, when I don't even remember what I was doing. I could have been brushing my teeth. I could have been going to sleep. But at some point, I did think, DC Fandom is in 2 weeks and 2 days at that point, okay, August 22nd. Fridays are big days of announcements. What if tomorrow they just kind of say, hey, we're going? And I honestly did think that. I thought that for Warner Bros. Montreal. I did not think that for Rocksteady. But as it turns out, this is how it's going. Final thing, I do want to thank Jesse on Twitter for saying this, is that there's rumors out there that Warner Bros. Montreal is going to do the same thing for Batman today, that there's this guy that's pretty big into this kind of leaking stuff in terms of, I think DC and DC Fandom he's done a lot of stuff for. He said today was going to be a huge day for it. Be ready. Somebody asked him, is there going to be additional news today besides Rocksteady? And he said, absolutely yes. So there seems to definitely be more. Now, we did get the complete, guest lineup of DC Fandom, so we know, all of the actors and actresses that are going there, right? A lot of very big, notable names. So we'll have to see, will Warner Bros. Montreal do the same thing? It is, in a way, pathetic that Warner Bros. Montreal just got one-upped by Rocksteady. We've talked about it before, right? Does Rocksteady kind of steal the show from Warner Bros. Montreal at DC Fandom, even though it's not going to be that much we're being shown? Small thing, but now you just announced your game. That's a big deal. Everybody's going to be talking about it today through the weekend. You show Superman in it, which, immediately, he's not the main character. You're not playing as him. You're against him, actually, but you already are, again, going to pique a lot of people's interest. Now, I think automatically Warner Bros. Montreal is kind of behind the 8 ball, and here they are still not doing anything. So, again, keep our eyes and ears peeled. Right? I'm recording this video. You guys are probably going to see this video just, a couple minutes after I'm done, editing it and getting it up. So, it's going to be pretty early in the day. Let's all keep our eyes and ears peeled for what could be coming, okay? Thank you guys so much for watching. This is quite a moment. This is something that I thought maybe could have happened at DC Fandom, that this would be the first time we get to talk about it, but we get to talk about it now. We get to kind of have a lead-in to DC Fandom. We can talk about a lot of different stuff in videos leading up till then, and then we'll be able to see the teaser trailer and be able to discuss it all together, okay? Thank you guys for watching. Let me know your thoughts. This is a huge, huge thing for all of us, right? Maybe not for the Batman game or Warner Bros. Montreal, but still, we've been waiting a long time for Rocksteady as well. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you're subscribed, have the bell icon turned on so you know when all my videos go up, and I will see you all on the next one.